There's another awesome project that came out of an undergraduate design course that we led in the nuclear department. We challenged the students to come up with ways to use radiation physics in any shape or form to help humanity. And it turns out there's a lot of ways that radiation helps. Nuclear medicine, nuclear power, detecting nuclear weapons, and then two of these students came out with something completely out of left field. They said, well, we would like to be able to dispose of plastic waste better. There have been studies where people have taken shredded water bottles and post-recycled material and bound it up in concrete. And they're like, why don't we just fill buildings with it, right? It's in the concrete, it's its final waste disposal form, it's not in the landfill. That makes concrete weaker. They found this other paper that said, hey, when we irradiated these plastic chips, they got stronger. So they're like, let's take these two ideas together and take irradiated plastic concrete chips and put them in cement. And the idea worked. So when you mix irradiated plastic, coal fly ash, which is the garbage you're left over after burning coal, and cement, it got 15% stronger. So it's a way that we can take plastic out of the landfills and make lighter, stronger concrete. Now the economic implications for this are gigantic, right? Concrete is the second most used material in the world after water. We use a lot of concrete, and it makes almost 7% of the world's CO2 emissions. If we can replace even 1% or 2% of that cement with plastic chips, we can take a ton of plastic out of the oceans, out of the landfills, out of the waste stream, and bind it up in concrete while at the same time making it lighter, while at the same time displacing the excess CO2 that making that cement would have done. So it's kind of like we solved the plastic waste problem and a little bit of the CO2 problem and the concrete strength problem all at once with radiation. So then you might ask, is there a downside to this? No. You get the same material that performs the same function, doesn't weigh as much. It also binds up waste, and the secret is just a little bit of radiation. Now this is another really early stage idea, right? This came out of the senior design course last fall. We've managed to get intellectual property on it and a paper in the journal Waste Management, and that's where it stands right now. We hope somebody with a little more experience and the sort of industrial side of concrete manufacture can help us take this to the next level. Because there's a lot of tests we have to run before we come out with a product, because that's where I want to go with this, right? This isn't a science paper generator, this isn't a grant money maker, this is a product I want to get out. So we have to answer questions like, what's the best radiation dose? What types of plastic work? Is there certain cements that are better than others? Does this concrete age well? Like if you want to build a building that's going to last 100 years, is that plastic going to hold up? These aren't questions we know the answers to, but we need some funding from someone who's interested to turn this into a project so we can answer these questions. And if we can answer these questions and the answers come out in our favor, then you've got a product. Then you've got a new form of concrete that's environmentally super friendly because there's less of it and it sucks up plastic, and all you need is a little extra radiation to make it all happen.